It is time now for the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news on this Monday evening, October 31st, 2016. Good evening, everybody. I am Peter Wiggins, and I your 5 o'clock news headlines here. Top story at the 5 o'clock hour on this Monday evening is the Justice Department sent a brief letter to 6 lawmakers on Monday saying that the department will work closely with the FBI to take appropriate steps as expeditiously as possible in the renewed investigation emails potentially tied to Hillary Clinton. CNN parts ways with Donald Brazil, a Hillary Clinton supporter. Billionaire Peter Thiel said Monday that he is not the only person in Silicon Valley who supports Donald Trump, claiming that his very public endorsement of the Republican presidential nominee as a service. A small number of those people will all feel that. By now, depending on your Facebook filter bubble, you have probably seen it. Facebook friend checking in to Standard Rock, North Dakota, and then separate post explaining with a clever play that he reads something like, as why Facebook is used as a checking in at Standard Rock. When Affordable Care Insurance Marketplace launched in fall 2013, Arizona seemed like a success. 8 insurance companies to sign up to consumers offered a wide variety of plans and some of the lowest premiums in the country. Jeff Immelt, chairman and chief executive of General Electric Company, started a giant industrial company's plan to purchase a Baker Hughes Incorporated way to weather their problems slumped in the energy industry. The U.S.-led coalition has developed parts of a target Islamic State militants from the air that they attempted to escape the Iraqi city of Mosul and head west toward Syria as Iraqi ground forces closed in the city and from the south side, the top U.S. said. Italy's premier pledged on Monday to find a temporary housing for all those displaced by a series of powerful earthquakes in the central mountainous region as the nation's largest quake in 36 years pushed those needing assistance of more than 15,000. Beirut, Lebanon's parliament-elected former army commander Michael Aran as president on Monday filmed a post that had been vacant for more than 2 years and injected an hope that the country's long-running political paralysis would come to an end. The hate speech trial that the far-right Dutch politician Geert Wilders opened on Monday with Wilders notably absent from the proceedings. Almost 200 prospective jurors reported Monday to a South Carolina courthouse for the trial of a white former police officer accused of killing an unarmed black man in a racially charged case that has some Charleston area leaders that wary dead outsiders. Oklahoma City, a fierce gun battle with Oklahoma troopers that left a homicide suspect dead and ended a week-long manhunt for the men suspected of a string of violent crimes across the state, including killing 2 relatives in the shooting. A new study by the National Bureau of Economic Research found discrimination along the prominent taxi industry also exists in ride-hailing as Uber Lyft drivers discriminate based on race and gender, according to a study. The NAACP filed a suit in the federal court on Monday against the North Carolina State Board of Elections, arguing that state officials in at least 3 counties have canceled thousands of voter registrations. Hong Kong. China is kicking off its biennial air show. China exported several Chinese-made weapons that are expected to be on sale for interested clientele from Asia and Africa. Bangui, South African Republic. The French government has shut down its military operation in the South African Republic after 3 years of successfully trying to end the violence there. Iquitos, de Guantanamo, Mexico. The Mexican Navy said it had captured David Santiago, the alleged leader of Joaquin El Chapo Guzman's Sinaloa cartel in 2 states. Seoul, North Korea's first lady is not seen in public for 7 months. Abuja, Nigeria, 940 days of sexual exploitation in women displaced by the ongoing conflict with Boko Haram, the activist group Human Rights Watch said. Seoul, Chinese state media is revisiting the issue of development on the peninsula. San Salvador, El Salvador are alias. Antonio Seca, president of El Salvador from 1999 until 2004, and 6 others been arrested over accusations of corruption, prosecutors said. Durham, North Carolina, the North Carolina chapter and independence. Alright, take a look at some local news from the Edinburgh Sun Chronicle. In Edinburgh, police say a 20-year man was arrested in an assault of the women's locker room at the Edinburgh YMCA, allegedly watching a women's shower in the next stall. Mira Briados of 15 Park Avenue apartment 2 pleaded innocent Monday at Raymond and Edinburgh District Court charges custody person of sex of being disorderly and disturbing the peace. Briados is accused of watching a 45-year-old woman and showering around 9:30 a.m. on Sunday while she was in assault adjacent to him, according to police. The woman told police that she dropped the soap and noticed Pilatos when she went to pick it up. She screamed that she and a 49-year-old woman in another stall wrapped themselves in towels and held Bill Alessandro, a lifeguard, and another player came to help, according to police. Pilatos police say a new member of YMCA told Detective Iman Cavalier he did not know he was in a women's locker room. He did not look at the women, according to police. Attleboro, an alleged drunken driver, pleaded innocent Monday to charges that she caused minor three-car accident in North Attleboro over the weekend. Foxborough State Police say an alleged hit-and-run driver struck an SUV on Interstate 95 early Monday morning and was found asleep in his minivan more than an hour later in Attleboro. Rehoboth Upper Peninsula Gas Compression Station in Rehoboth planned panel discussion and question and answer session on November 16th at the London Public Library. Mansfield, U.S. Representative Joseph Kennedy III, Monday joined the list of National Democratic question in the timing of an FBI disclosure today was expanding its investigation and emails of President candidate Hillary Clinton. Norton, residents in Slippenault, livid over new water and sewer fees, and it drew a heated battle on Thursday night's Board of Selectmen meeting between Bob Kimball and Water Commissioner Dan McElligott during Thursday's Board of Selectmen meeting. All right, looking at some business news. U.S. prosecutors are focused on Malin and Pharmaceuticals International Corporate former CEO and CFO as they build a fire case against a company that could yield charges within weeks going to the people familiar with the matter. U.S. government suspended in the third quarter with a strong momentum. London, Mark Carney, the Bank of England governor, said on Monday that he would serve as an additional year as head of the central bank and then stepped down in 2019 in June. Manchester, New Hampshire, talk about your October surprise. This is just a final day shocker slide and bolt from the booth. The FBI let it be known that this Republican new emails are connected with investigation of Hillary Clinton. Jacksonville, Florida. The U.S. Navy's first all-unmanned squadron of MQ-4C Trenton drones was stood up Friday in a Naval Air Station in Jacksonville, Florida. Victor, New York. The Constellation Bands announced plans to acquire Mexican breed for $600 million meat growing the demands of the biggest imported south of the border. Washington, Norfolk Grumman Systems Incorporated received a $10 million U.S. Navy contract modification for the production of one MQ-4C Farscraft drone. London, the UK, Royal Marine's newest helicopter, the Merlin MK4, took the skies for the first time last week. The service announced Friday. Down here on Earth, the weather can all turn NASA in addition to its and bills and gravity and ability elections to draw on close. Scientists have transformed the humble spinach planet into a bomb detector by embedding the tiny tubes on the planet's leaves. On the planet, they can be made to pick up chemicals called natural aromatics, which are found in landmines of buried munitions. SpaceX hopes Pacific can allow Falcon 9 resume the launch to resume Falcon 9. Young children and teenagers increasingly have to be forced by opioid painkillers that are often prescribed for other family members at steady fines. Zika virus attacks cells and mouse testes for crucial experiments, sex hormone generation, and hampers productions, according to new research that raised that the possibility of the virus could affect fertility in men. Today, after Diwali, the annual Hindu Festival of Lights, the Indians typically celebrate by setting off smoking fire with residents of New Delhi Monday too. I think Grace Bong and some of the poorest air quality readings in memory. Washington, in a matter of 4 days, demanded with an unassailable extended of the director and the nation's most powerful law enforcement agency has become the target of an unrelenting rebuke by the very people who once celebrated James Comey. Donald Trump urged his supporters to be voted by the millions. Democrats filed lawsuits against Donald Trump and campaign on number, providing the potential voter intimidation and impulse of the four battleground states. The Pennsylvania Democratic Party is accusing Donald Trump of campaigning of threatening and intimidating voters in the urban neighborhoods to repress turnouts among the minorities, according to the complaint filed Sunday. All right, looking at the closing stock market report, the Dow down 18.67 points at 18,142.42. SP 5 down 26 cents at 2126.15, and Nasdaq down 97 cents, 5,189.13. European markets down. DAX down 31.18 at 10,665.01. FTSE down 42.04 at 6,954.22. CAC down 39.32 points at 4,509.26. Asia markets, the Nikkei down 21.39 at 17,425.02. Shanghai down 2.89 at 3,101.38. And that HSI down 20.27 points at 22,934.54. Oil markets down $1.92 at 46.78. Brent $1.39 at 48.32. And natural gas down 1.26 at 2.979. And in the gold, it's up 9 cents at 12.77.70. Silver up 104,000 points at 17.90. And copper 1,000 points up at 2.207. In the bonds, US down 200 points at 1.825. And 10-year down 3,000 points at 0.163%. And Germany's 10-year 5,000 points up 4,000 points. In the FX, European US dollar 1.0979 and change US dollar. Germany EDN 100 point at 104.82 and Group A US dollar 1,000 point at 1.2241. Commodities. Wheat 415 and a quarter down. 415 and a quarter for wheat, up 6 and 3/4. Soybean 1,003 and a quarter, up 2. Corn 354 and a half down, half 50 cents. Sugar 21.56 down 6 cents. Coffee 1.70 down $1.80. Cotton 68.85 down $1.97, and rough rice 10.19 up 3,500 point, and cocoa 2,739 down 17. Live cattle 103 and a quarter down $1.10. Lean ox way 05 at $1.25. FT cattle 164 275 up 275,000 point. Peter Challenger time is 5:10 on this. Monday evening, and it's time now for Sports Report. After lockdown on Russell Westbrook and Victor Oladipo, Oklahoma City soon that Steven Adams is ran for a long time. It's the founder of Steven Adams doing 4-year, $100 million contract extension. First, Chandler Jones to the Cardinals back to March now. Jamie calls the Browns. Does Bill Belichick know what he's doing here? And Peter Challenger time is now 5:11 on this Monday evening, and it is time now for a traffic and transit report. Baby! Let's come in today. We're on the subway system. Red line space from Monterey to the signal department at Harvard. At the commuter rail, Fairmont train 588447 inbound is operating 1020 minutes beyond between West Natick and South Station due to a mechanical problem. And New Paper train 3:15 p.m. outbound is operating 50 minutes beyond schedule between Salem Depot and New Paper to the heavy rapid ship because of Halloween festivities going on. Halloween witches in Salem, Massachusetts. Spooky times in Salem, Mass. And on the ferries, they are looking good. Alright, take a look at the highways and byways of New England this Monday evening, Halloween evening here. 95 on the northbound side, it is backed up from Greenwich all the way at the Bridgeport. 95 on the southbound side, it is backed up from Greenwich. Merritt Park eastbound side is backed up from Greenwich all the way at the Bridgeport. 95 on both ends backed up from 91 in New Haven to West Haven. And 95 on the southbound side at the Lowell, so Brentford towards New Haven. Route 8 on the northbound side is backed up to Bridgeport to Naugatuck. 91 on the southbound side is backed up to Winslow all the way at the middle of town. 84 both ends is backed up to West Harvard to downtown Hartford. Route 2 on both ends is backed up from Middletown to downtown Hartford, Connecticut. 91 on both ends is backed up 57 to 291 in Springfield. 290 westbound side backed up 190 to Route 9 in Worcester. 495 on the southbound side is backed up from Route 3 in Southport all the way up to Route 85 out in Milford due to the accident that took place between exits 21 and 20 on 495 southbound in Hopkins, so expect delays from Westbury to Hopkins here. Mass Franklin on the westbound side, it is slow around Route 495 out in Westbury. Adam Renner, 146 on both ends, it is backed up from Lincoln to North Smithfield. 146 southbound side, it is backed up from 1595. 95 on the southbound side, is backed up to protected downtown Providence. 95 on both ends of downtown Providence is backed up. 185 westbound is backed up from East Providence to downtown Providence. Mass Park eastbound side, 195 east backed up from 95 to Route 44 in Providence. 95 on the southbound side is backed up from Airport Connector to Wark all the way at the East Greenwich. 295 southbound is backed from Johnson to Cranston and hit breaks in around Route 95 out of Wark. 95 is backed up all the way from Pawtucket all the way out to Cranston. Route 37 in the eastbound side backed up from 95 to Route 1 of Wark. 295 on both ends is backed up at Route 95 in Ann Arbor. 130 to the westbound side, it is backed up in Jamestown after the Newport Bridge. 95 on the southbound side, it is backed to 120 Canton all the way at the northern end, and it breaks in from 495 in Foxborough to Route 295 in Ann Arbor, 95 south. 24 southbound and 7 go from 128 out in Randolph all the way at 27 in Brockton, and it breaks in from 104 in Bridgewater to Route 140 in Taunton. Out in the Cape, looking good. Except on 20 on the northbound side, Little on Bourne headed towards the Bourne Bridge. Out in Metropolitan vicinity, Mass Park on the westbound side is backed up Austin Barrett tolls all the way at the Framingham. Mass Park eastbound side it is backed up from the Fenway all the way out to the Southway Expressway. Mass Park on both ends is backed up from South Boston and East Boston. 120 southbound side is backed up from Dedham all the way out to the Braintree Split. 120 on the northbound side backed up to the Braintree Split all the way out to 24 out in Randolph. 128 on the southbound side it is backed up from Burlington all the way out to Route 9 in Wellesley, and 120 on the northbound side it is backed up from the Mass Pike all the way out to Peabody, 128 southbound side of this, backed up around the Denver stretch to Peabody. Southbound Expressway, southbound side of this, backed on the Minnemas, backed in the Matrix split, southbound Expressway, northbound side of this, backed up from the gas tank going in downtown Boston. 93 both ends of downtown Boston is backed up all the way out to Somerville. 93 to the northbound side of this, backed up from Zachem Bridge in Boston all the way out to Methuen, and Route 3 on the southbound side of this, backed up 3 on the northbound side of this, backed up from 120 in Burlington all the way after Route 113 up in Lowell. 495 on the southbound side of this, backed up from 28 on the Andover all the way at the Chelmsford. 495 on the northbound side of this, back to Lawrence all the way at the Lawrence. And up in 7 New Hampshire. 93 on the northbound side, back to Hipster Toll Plaza. 93 on the northbound side is backed up after Route 111 in Wyndham. Spot and turn on the northbound side, the Little Surround, Route 4 in Durham. 93 on the northbound side is backed up at Concord, New Hampshire. Route 3 on the northbound side is backed up at Nashville, New Hampshire. 295 on the southbound side it is backed up around Portland, Maine, in downtown Portland from Route Washington Ave all the way at the 4th Staff. And Interstate 89, 91 on the southbound side it is backed up at the Canadian border up in Vermont. Interstate 91 on the southbound side it is at the Little Store on Glover, Vermont. And Interstate 87 on the southbound side it is backed up after 99 in Elizabethtown. And Interstate 87 southbound side of Little Store around Route 11 in Champlain after Canadian border up in upstate New York, and Ottawa 59 on the southbound side is backed up in southern Quebec headed towards Montreal after the U.S. border. Interstate 87 on the northbound side is backed up from Colony off the Latham. And New York State 3 Little Store on 890 in Schenectady. Peter Chill News Time is now 5:16 on this Friday, and it's time now for a weather report. Ooh. I got some trick-or-treaters. I hear some trick-or-treaters. Trick-or... Okay. Hi. Hi. Here's some candy. Oh, I got my hat. Here's some candy. Thank you very much. And here is some candy.
What do you say, girls?
Yeah, welcome.
Have a good Halloween.
Thank you very much. Happy Halloween. You little girls, you look pretty in your dresses. Ooh. I get some trick-or-treaters. Alrighty, I got my trick-or-treaters on my porch. Peter Chill News Time. It's 5:18 on this Monday evening, and it is time now for a weather report. Here in Norton, it's 49 degrees with a humidity of 66%, dew point about 38 degrees, and a barometer pressure 30.11 inches. Alright, let's take a look at our current conditions around the region. It is 52 degrees in Boston, it's 50 in Beverly, it's 49 in Bedford, it's 52 out in Fitchburg, 46 in Worcester, 52 out in Norwood, 52 in Plymouth, 50 in New Bedford, it's 50 in Falmouth, 48 in Chatham, 49 in Provincetown, 48 in Nantucket, and 52 in Martha's Vineyard, it's 54 degrees in Providence, it's 52 in Newport, it's 53 in Montauk, 54 in Nislip, 55 in New York City, it's 55 out in Bridgeport, it's 55 in New Haven, it's 52 in Denver, 48 in Waterbury, 54 out in Meriden and Norfolk and Windsor, Connecticut, it's 52 in Poughkeepsie and Springfield, Massachusetts, 48 out in Orange, Massachusetts, 46 in North Venice, Massachusetts, 45 in Pittsfield, it's 48 in Albany, New York, 48 in Silver Springs, it's 41 in Bennington, 45 in Broward, Vermont, it's 45 out in Broward, Vermont, it's 43 in Lebanon, New Hampshire, 45 in Keene, Hampshire, 46 in Chapman, Hampshire, it's 48 in Nashua and Manchester, Hampshire, 46 in Concord, Hampshire, 44 in Laconia, New Hampshire, 50 out in Portsmouth, Massachusetts, Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and 48 degrees up in Portland, Maine. Look at surface map. It shows a cold front stretching from the Falkland region all the way, merging with a station front with low pressure from Nebraska with a station front for Nebraska, merged with a cold front of the Dakotas. Warm front stretching from eastern North Dakota down through Minnesota, a station front from Iowa all the way down to Missouri, and with a cold front down for Tennessee, and merged with a station front from the Western Carolinas, and merged with a cold front from South Carolina all the way up to sea. And we got high pressure ridges coming in much of the eastern portions in the northeast, moving towards the New England and some cool air stretching from Canada, stretching all the way down to New England, and a cold front from Quebec around Nova Scotia acting as a flow. And we got high pressure ridges in Nevada and the Four Corner region, and low pressure with a front from Western Oregon down from California, and a front from Southern Alberta down from Montana down to North Dakota, with a pair of low pressure centers in Montana and North Dakota, and high pressure ridges along the Gulf states. And this warm air is going to be headed toward the region. We're not going to get the 80s like this up, but we're going to get some temperatures in the 60s, close to 70 degrees. It is 39 degrees up in Montreal, 44 in Syracuse, New York, it's 51 in Detroit, 54 in Cleveland, 62 in Cincinnati, 52 out in Pittsburgh, it's 60 out of Charleston, West Virginia, it's 65 out in Washington, D.C., 70 in Raleigh, North Carolina, it's 86 in Atlanta, 80 in Miami, Florida, it's 84 in Little Rock, Arkansas, it's 87 in Dallas, 89 in Brownsville, Texas, it's 74 in Kansas City, 73 in St. Louis, 58 in Chicago, it's 63 in Omaha, Nebraska, 54 degrees out in Minneapolis, St. Paul, 52 in Great Falls, Montana, it's 53 in Seattle, 63 in San Francisco, 66 in Los Angeles, it's 70 in Las Vegas, it's 57 in Salt Lake City, 79 out in Denver, Colorado, 84 in Phoenix, and 73 out in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Alright, let us take a look at our current radar situation around the country. Take a look at radar around the country, and whoa, we're seeing a little sprinkle south of Frankfort, Maine. So some of Maine's getting a few spritzes of drizzle here. Seeing some spotty snow showers in northwestern Maine and around Valbrit and Casabal in eastern Quebec, and a little line of rain showers about Omakto, New Brunswick, and eastern New Brunswick, and a line of patchy rain showers from Lockport, Nova Scotia, all the way down to central Nova Scotia around River John, Nova Scotia. And a little line of rain showers stretch around Stevensville, crossing up to Lamont and western Prince Edward Island, and a little line of rain showers off the Nova Scotia. Little line of rain showers stretching from the southern tip of Florida and down on western Cuba. Line of rain showers from southeast of Texas and off the northeast of Mexico. Line of rain showers stretching from western Michigan up to the northeastern UP of Michigan and up to the western portions of Ontario. Line of rain showers stretching from southern Manitoba all the way down for southern Alberta and down the northern portions of Montana and western portions of Montana and up the northern portions of Idaho down the western portions of Washington State, and the line of rain showers run southwestern portions of Oregon down for northern California. Rain, sleet, and snow showers run eastern portions of British Columbia, and a line of rain, sleet, and snow showers from southern Alaska. Line of clouds coming from the western Virginias and around the Great Lakes and around southern Iowa down from Missouri and down for eastern portions of Kansas down in western Oregon and intended western Oklahoma, Texas, and line of clouds from Arizona down for western New Mexico and coming to much of Fork region. Line of clouds from coming to much of Northern California and northern Nevada and coming to much of the Pacific Northwest and around Montana, and line of clouds from Canada, from west New Brunswick, western British Columbia, all the way down to Ontario. And line of clouds of Texas and the northeast of Mexico. And line of clouds from the Fork region all the way down to southern California. Okay, let us take a look at forecast discussion around the region. Large high pressure builds in from the western island. Tuesday resulting in a dry but cool weather. Turning mild on Wednesday and Thursday, but low pressure, and then the attendant cold front will bring random showers and possible thunderstorms Thursday evening. Beyond the front, cool and blustery weather falls Friday and possible in the next weekend, and large high pressure builds in from the west tonight. This will result in mainly clear skies, light winds, and an ideal night for radiation cooling. Temperatures will likely drop at the sunset, given a relatively dry air mass in place by daybreak Tuesday morning. Temperature to be at bottom at in the 20s in many locations, even the urban heat towns and downtown Boston apartments should see low temperatures in the middle of 30s. This balance spot will be probably end up across portions of the Cape Nantucket of the world. Northwest flow will be continued to generate a fair amount of ocean effect cloudiness. What I'm thinking. Chilly trick-or-treat night, midweek warm-up, and roller coaster temperatures. And Halloween trick-or-treat forecast now 49 clear, 7 p.m. 44 clear, and 9 p.m. 40 clear. So it's a perfect night for trick-or-treat. Just make sure you have a coat over your little goblins costumes tonight, because it's going to be a little chilly, but manageable temperatures for trick-or-treat night. Tonight's lows expected 28 to 38. Tomorrow's highs 50, 56 degrees, and Wednesday's highs 59 to 66 degrees. Okay, 7-day forecast goes like this for tonight. It's going to be mostly good, got about 27 degrees. Calm wind. Today, south got about 55 degrees. Got light variable wind. Tonight, increase got about 39 degrees. Calm wind. For Wednesday, parts of that got about 66 degrees. West about 5 to 7 miles an hour. Wednesday night, most clouds got about 40 degrees. Light west wind. Thursday, a slight chance of showers between noon and 3 p.m. Then a chance of showers and thunderstorms after 3 p.m. Most clouds got about 70 degrees. Chance of 30%. Thursday night, Slayer is likely main before 10 p.m. Most clouds got about 42 degrees. Chance of 60%. For Friday, mostly sunny sky about 52 to about 33 degrees. Saturday, most sunny part clouds got about 51 to low about 38 degrees. Sunday, partly sunny and most clouds got about 49 low about 37 degrees. And for Monday, partly got about 49 degrees. Heaters with a phase of the night. Of the evening, a spooky night for trick-or-treat. This is Peter J. Wiggins on you up your good Halloween evening with a good bye day. I'll see you at 10 o'clock for a 10 o'clock program. Have a good evening and hope you have a happy and safe Halloween for you and your little goblins here. Have a good evening. Boo!